All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started today. My name is Ray. Last name is Reynolds. Please write it down. The goal today is to help you understand all kinds of different things, different concepts, and what actually works. So I know that you spent thousands of dollars on some silly thing that didn't work, or people gave you some what I would call bogus information. But again, this is the hour, this is the credit hour, and it's live. So guess what? You're stuck with me. The goal is to say raise rules. I have certain rules that I use to get to million and to billion. And I want you to pay attention. I want you to understand never to bring the pain home. Easier said than done. So what we get to do is very simple. No recording, no pictures. You got to write it down to get it here. That's the goal. Now, if you want to be a millionaire, I can't help you. Because there's no person on the planet that made $1 million got to keep it. Now, if you want to be a millionaire corporation, now I can get you there. That's not hard for me to do. So let's take this piece of paper, if you got one. If not, run and go get a pen too. Write down something. I want you to draw the diagram in front of you. I want you to think in your city today where you watch Wells Fargo Bank, B of A, Chase, and grocery stores file bankruptcy and write it off on their taxes and stay in business when you brought the pain home to you and your family, all right, and you went boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Draw the diagram in front of you. Corporation, 3 divisions. I want you to learn how to get to the American dream. Now, there's only 1,000 steps to millionaire. That's it, 1,000 steps. I wrote it down so I'm thinking you can't even screw it up. If you stop, then go back to where you left off. Now, here's my promise to all of you. I want to, listen carefully, give you 100% to 10 times your money back to you for anything you do with me. That's right. I want to make sure you gain by getting to know me. But again, this is going to be a choice for you. So let's understand. I'm going to give you what I call bonus cash credit, personal or business. See, I don't have excuses. I've been retired for 30 plus years. And I like helping people. And I want to help you as much as I can. So as we do this, let's remember a couple things today. All right, after meeting me, you're going to find out you have no excuses. All right, getting to the $1 million dream. And you brought the pain home before. Now, here's some of my clients. You might recognize this a little bit, from Fishborn's mama to Lawrence and to Mr. Clinton, too. How about Michael, God rest his soul, Kirk and Bain? How about Costner? How about Arnold? How about Superman for Gold's Gym? How about college professor by Yale University? How about guy on the news? How about homeless people living on their car for 3 years, new house, new car, and $1 million company? See, bottom line is sort of simple. I have 20 million clients that reached millionaire status and 19 billionaires. You want to be next? Let me know. See, he went to the credit rebuilding. He got a gold card and a platinum card, paid over time up to $1 million. Giovanni got $1.6 million. Little Karen got properties in Long Beach, California. $1 million too in 9 months? Wow. How about my program for people coming out of prison? They need a second chance. Here's Freeway Ricky Ross after 20 years in federal prison. Gold and platinum cards up to $4 million. Wow. Next thing, here's Thomas. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. But then within 5 months, I got him enough money to get him a dump truck business going, doing $1 million a year. So your choice is simple. Your journey can begin with me today if you want to. Me, it's very simple. I was born in a taxi. She didn't want me on the way to Gardena Hospital. I got to be with Mrs. Hope, and she was a user and abuser too. So the reality is, guess what today? I'm going to show you why I had to get out of hell. See, I wanted it bad enough. Do you? It's going to be up to you to follow through. So let's understand the rules and tools how to play. So there, Mrs. Hope put me in the garbage can behind the grocery store. See, she fed me the food. That really pissed me off. She dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30 in the morning from the age of 3 to 9.5 years old. She was Mrs. Hope. She was a she-devil from hell. I didn't like being used and abused. I didn't like eating out of a trash can. So I would sow my seeds, clackers, and I mowed yards. See, you're not your surroundings. You never have been. Understand, I want you to write down, see it, believe it, go get it. See it, believe it, go get it. It's simple. My legacy is the Ray Reynolds University. As we do this, I want you to write down today's date and project 90 working days. KNX 15 weeks ago said that most people in social media, they lie and have to rent things and go blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show you the real mansions, the real yachts and the Lamborghinis, and how I brought into millions and billions. All right, we're going to cut to the chase. Time, I can't waste it. Neither can you. See, in 2009, I didn't know I was going to be in a coma. I didn't know I was going to die. It didn't matter if I'm worth millions and billions of dollars, I still got to die. God allowed that to come happen to me, but he let me have a choice to come back. So understand, July 4, 2009. We took out one of the yachts in the backyard. We took out a group of people to watch the fireworks, and the next day I'm in a coma. Eventually I died, but I got a choice to come back and stay in peace. I did hear two things while I was in the coma. Someone tricked my wife to sign a POA, power of attorney, and I heard the nurse asked if I was a donor. I'm going to rip out my heart and not give it back. This information is a gift from God He gave me to give you. Are you going to pay attention today? I pray that you do. It's simple. We're going to write down getting past go. Can you write getting past go? Because I believe you're all stuck today. Stuck. So let me show you the Lamborghinis, the Duffys, the mansions. Let me show you how I broke the world record for the highest kick on the planet. And every time I hear a ding-dong say, white man can't jump, I hold the record. What are you talking about? But the reality is very simple. See, anywhere from the race boats in the backyard, where you park yours, anywhere from the helicopters, the U-Docks, the yachts, and the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris too. Don't forget, you get to play. Ray Reynolds, the credit hour. Yes, how can I help you? Okay, so you have a corporate. Oh, you don't have a corp. Okay, you have a business. All right, so how can I help you? Okay, so let me repeat this a little bit. You have a business 4.5 years. You don't have a corporation, but you have an LLC. Okay, now is it active or in good standings? Are you saying yes? Okay, have you filed your 1120? What's an 1120? All right, let me correct a couple things you're saying wrong. And don't ever be offended on you or the ones on the phone, okay? Please. First of all, an LLC is a corporation, sir. It's a limited liability corporation. Second, when you got a tax ID, you're responsible to file 1120 every 12 months. If you did not, your tax ID could be defaulted or no good. So again, your state within 2 months to 2 years can basically make your corporation not active. So you think you got a piece of paper. Let me ask you how much you paid for that piece of paper. You paid $1,700. Congratulations. That paper is actually free. Yeah, free. You should sue your CPA or attorney who bought you the paper. Oh, you got it from LegalZoom. Okay. So the reality is all corporations in all 50 states are free. Period. You pay a filing fee. And you don't know what you're doing. Well, what else is new? Don't take it personally. The reality is, the bottom line is, I've been online and in person for 44 years. They call me the Godfather of Credit for a reason. I built $5.1 billion for clients so far. All right, keep watching. You're going to learn some more today. Thank you for calling. So, here's someone who thinks he has a corp, and it's an LLC, doesn't think it's a corp, doesn't understand. This is where we have to realize one thing today. I want you to write down Ray's rules. I want you to stop bringing the pain home. I'm going to show you exactly what that means. You have 12 acts to look at when it comes to rebuilding your credit. I need you to write down, all right, section 611. I want you to Google it. It'll bring you to this section right online. It'll say that creditors and credit bureaus have 45 working days to respond. Know the rules. Credit repair companies are fraud. Your Federal Trade Commission tells you that every day. You have to rebuild your credit. They tell you that too. The credit repair companies aren't allowed to collect money up front, but they do it all the time, and no one seems to put them in their place, what they should do. But again, it's a choice. So I'm going to give you your first 25 steps today. You got a tablet and pen? We're going to talk reality today. First of all, number one, go get your credit reports for free. Go to neverbringthepainhome.com. Give me the report numbers, step number one. Number two, I want you to pull out your Social Security card now. Yes, ladies, it's in your purse, men, it's in your wallet. Come on, people. You got to go back to basics. Basics are very simple. This is the application you filled out to get your SSN, which is a Social Security card because you were told to, like sheep and ducks, like I was, to get our first job. There it is. Number one says name to be shown on card if other than above at birth are names you want to use. Next thing, this has got your first 1040 tax return. Next thing you have to understand is read that card in front of you today. It'll say do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and it says Property Source Administration, not you. So again, this is what created your 1040 tax return, and you use it for credit purposes, and you get one. That's why we're all a bunch of ducks. When they sue us, we better duck. Step number two. When you got your first paycheck, you were going to plan to pay all these bills, and what happened when you got your check, you got half as much. You didn't realize they get their cut before you get the leftover. We work for them too. That's called the IRS, by the way. But you do get another chance, another way to play the game. But you got to pay attention to that too. So let's understand something. Tax, and probate, and the 1040 tax return. We don't have to be a bunch of ducks, ladies and gentlemen. You have the ability to repackage your life. Now I'm going to give you a statement of guarantee in writing. I'm going to make sure it's in red ink, so you got to pay attention. Simple. We're going to give you the rules and tools. I'm going to guarantee it. But it also means you have to be part of the program, and you have to follow through if I ask you to do something. You got it? Simple. Now, during the program, do not apply for credit. You got an emergency, you call the office, we stop your rapid rescore, and we start it again. If you violate, you got to pay again. Who wants to do that? You got basically ways to get your credit back on track. You got 12 acts. But again, you might have a collection account. You might have to negotiate a debt or two or take in small claims. We have to rebuild you. Okay, step number 3. Next thing what we have to understand is rapid rescore and rapid scoring. We're going to go back in time to Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Experian, which I trained years ago, or to Harold Stokes when I came up with rapid scoring, rapid refresh. Rapid refresh does one thing. It brings your score up and away, anywhere from 40 to 200 points. Here's one at 157 points in 45 days. Very simple. So let's take an example of all of you. Let's say today you get in my program. I'm going to analyze you. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to do, what you're going to do, and we're going to work together. We're going to build a relationship. This is a nice lady. Let's look at her score. It says 651 for 4 years flatline. Why doesn't it go up? She was told by her banker and her tax attorney only use half her credit cards, which is called stupidity. She's got no green lights. She wouldn't use her credit cards over here, but I did a rapid rescore and made her score go up 132 points. So let's focus today. No green lights or green lights. That means approvals as we create that. Here's a guy that filed a bankruptcy. He was told by his tax attorney and bankruptcy attorney, you can't build credit for 10 years. Excuse me. I built him an unsecured credit card before the bankruptcy was completed. Here's someone late on their car payment right here. And what did I do? $3,000. I helped them basically get that card to negotiate some of their debts. They screwed up too. Getting you to a 750 is not hard to do in the first place. But you got to be part of the program and pay attention. Now, I want to tell you of the program called Credit Rebuilding. Rapid Rescore. All my programs come with articles, also list tax ID, set up in level 1 on Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. In case you want to go into a corporation or a business or you have one. If you don't want the articles, then don't use them. The goal is very simple. In the Credit Rebuilding program that offers all these goodies, I'm going to give you a $5,000 card. A $5,000 cash card is yours when you sign up during the credit hour. All right, I want to give you 10 times your investment back to you. 10 times. I want to take away all your excuses. Okay, it's normally $998. If you did this during the credit hour and you get that bonus cash credit to $5,000, you only pay $499. Half price. That way you get 10 times your money back. Take away excuses. I will take Zelle because I don't want your credit cards being hacked. I am the recipient, Ray Reynolds, that's my name. As an example, take a picture of this page. Instead of a phone number, it's ray@racecredit.com. Now, Billy did not give me any money, but Billy has over $1 million credit now. See, he gave me referrals that I build him up and away. See, you get 10% for every referral, Zelle back to you, or you get store credit and I'll build you up to $1 million. That's your choice as well. Now, I need you to do yourself a favor right now. You screwed up. Sorry. You credited your robocalls, your electric company, your DNV, your state, whatever. I want you to get yourself off the national mailing list. I'd like you to call 888-567-8688. I want you to decide to opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. Okay, I want you off that mailing list now. Got it? Next step, I want you to plan the problem from now on. I want you to start planning problems. You allowed people to knock you down. You allowed your friends and family to get in your way. You allowed them to slow you down. You're going to have to learn to bite your tongue and don't say a word and just go get it. Again, you allowed this for you and you brought the pain home. We're going to plan the problem. Now I need you to write down safety credit. Write it down. Get out your credit cards in your personal wallet. I want to stick you in the back of every card you have. I want you to write down the limit. I want you to write down 25% you're going to maintain from now on revolving cards. You're going to never go no past 29%. That's a sweet spot to maintain an 800 score. In your city today, you got Chase, B of A, Wells Fargo. You got grocery stores that filed bankruptcy on locations and they wrote it off on their taxes. You went home and went boo-hoo-hoo when you brought down the pain for you and your family. Ray Reynolds, the Credit Hour, how can I help you? Okay. Well, all right. All right, so let me figure this out. You've been in a credit repair company for 3.5 years, okay? It's creditrepair.com. Well, they're also Lexington Law, and there are 15 other names too. Okay, and your score is what? You have a 619, and you have how much per month? So you spent $4,200, and you have a shitty score. Congratulations, sir, for killing money. Don't take it personally. I mean, I'm sorry you didn't realize, after that many years. Sorry. Why don't you file a federal complaint, Federal Trade Commission, and call your bank and yell fraud and reverse all the damn charges? I can rebuild someone's credit to basically a 750 in 90 days. Maybe 6 months, as long as you do what I ask you to do. But again, you already pissed away $4,000, sir. Okay? So, yeah, your wife's pissed off at you. She should kick your ass out. Sorry. That's just the truth. All right, keep paying attention. Thank you. See, you got to understand the truth. It'll set you free. So let's understand something today. All dashboards from credit bureaus say 0 to 29%. Okay, is green. 30's yellow, 50's red. So when some mortgage company or mortgage ding-dong says 40 to 50%, it's BS. It's never been that. I wrote the rules and tools, people. It's about time we pay attention. All right? Never bring the pain home ever again. You got step number 5. Now, here's your life. You're trying to balance. You got to keep in that sweet spot. Now, most people, probably all of you, lose your job, God have mercy. What do you do next? Simple. You run out of time, you run out of money, and then you jack up your credit in 42 days. You got stuck because you shouldn't have done that in the first place. And most of you use your personal credit in business or money to start a business, and you screwed it up. Now, let's pretend today. You need $5,000 now. Okay? You're going to go ask your friends, your family, and the bank. They're all going to say no. Hell, they always say no. You're the one who helps, and they don't help you. You understand that, right? So understand, the average person wastes $50 every other day. That's what they piss away. $5,000 card in my hand costs $50 a month. Wouldn't it be better to have safety credit and know how to play the game? They say the average person wastes $140 a week. These are $50,000 cards. If I max them out, it's $6, $12, $26. So what the average person pisses away in a given month, they could have got 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-thru during the pandemic. I don't understand. That's step number 6. So if we play the game not to bring the pain home again, we can learn to play and we can all reach our goals. I believe in me, but I believe in God first. So when I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet, and every time I hear some ding-dong say white man can't jump, and I was kicking the basketball hoop at 14 years old, look out, people, here I go. So let's understand something, please. God gave you a gift and a dream. Why don't you see it, believe it, go get it? I got everything I ever wanted because God opened the door. So when Nixon took that gold standard out, simple. They got basically the way to print the money 24/7. Whee! Write down Ray's rules one more time. Write it down. I want you to pay attention to something where you screwed up. Sorry, it's just true. If I gave you 2 cards, all right, literally worth $100,000, and you only use 29%, that would give you safety credit for $71,000. Case blanket the fan, lost a job, or pandemic. What most people, probably all of you did, is you took your money and your credit and your family, you rolled the dice and screwed it up. Why would you do that? Because you don't know any better. Here's the problem. You're not going to do that again. That's the problem. You did it. The next problem is I'm going to give you the solution. We're going to master Ray's rules, step number 7 today. I'm going to make you the great CFO you need to be. You're going to understand corporate credits are free money and Ray write-off too. Step number 7 today. So let's understand. We got a sad story to tell. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody gave a damn that I was being used and abused as a kid. Being dropped off the pier, my first coma at 5.5, I was crippled for life. But the voice said, got up, get up, and I got up. Last time I was in a coma was 2009. I got to die. but God gave me a chance to come back and help you. See, where do you park your race boats and yachts? I park mine in the backyard. Check out the address. I got no BS to give you besides the truth. I came out of that coma after I died and walked around for 5 weeks with an oxygen tank. But I got 3 closet divisions of me, and 5 closet divisions too. See, reaching the $1 million status is what? What are you going to do? Win the lottery? Inherit the money? Get a raise? Good luck for that. Or you can rebuild you. Let me rebuild you. It's faster the right way. But again, that's your choice. Fall off, get back on. Now, I need you to write it down. This is chapter 18. Pay attention. You're going to learn more from me in this 30 or 45 minutes you learned in your life. Okay, isn't it fun? Chapter 18. Mrs. Hope used and abused me as a kid. Didn't give a damn about anybody but besides herself. And then at their poker game, they said a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down. They told me it was weird. I was only 7.5 at the time, but I learned to read at 2.5 years old. All right, it's very simple. I went to the library the next day, next to the Torrance Police Department. I asked some old librarian, what does this mean? When she came back and slammed the book on the counter and said, "This is a microfiche book." Okay, she was a biatch. She wasn't very nice to me. As a kid, I got yelled at by everybody, it seemed like. So I read the book. Then I got pissed off. Why? Because I was looking for a blueprint like you've been looking all your life. Good luck, I'm your blueprint. By the way, a corporation's a legal person. It's right there. There's chapter 18. It's what I heard. I went back to the library almost every day till I was 9.5 years old. All right? It's very simple. Then I sent away a little money order. In 1985, I created divisions under 17983. This is not legal advice. But the reality is, what did I do at 9.5 when I sent away my little money order? I'm the founder of Helping Hand Industries, went worldwide. 100,000 in the mail, got named to the movie Dave. You want to learn to play yet? You got one SSN, one SS4 for a corporation. But every division gets an SS4 too. We have the ability to have the line of defense like the banks and grocery stores do. All right, got to make you that qualified CFO. Now let's go back to that form I showed you before. Very simple. Credit hour, how can I help you? Ray Reynolds. How fast can I build corporate credit? Well, I don't know. How fast are you screwed up? You have a 700 score. Fantastic. I love it. Does that mean you have a 700 score? All right. Because you have good credit, bad credit, or you have trade lines that are a bunch of BS? Oh, no, I haven't looked at your report before, but everybody goes, I got a score. Usually they have some trade lines or authorized user crap that's in the way. Okay. It doesn't work, huh? So you bought the trade lines for $1,200. Well, you killed money again. Congratulations. You want to do the real stuff now? Pay attention, okay? All right, keep watching. Thank you. See, people just need to know the truth. So let's understand the application for Social Administration. We got our tax ID. No, we got an SSN. Did you know the SSN is an SS5 form? SS5. And then the tax ID is an SS4? So the IRS right in your face basically says you got a choice, but they're not going to help you learn to play the game with the choice. So the SSN equals 1040. All right, and SS4 equals 1120. So we could build credit to a corporation or division or me. So we could do this correctly. We know why would I want corporate credit? It's free money to write off, interest rate credit card. Every division can get its own credit report. So the bottom line is you can finance your dream and write it all off and ask yourself why you're not a CFO. Understand something. You've got to balance the truth. SSN is tax, because it's an SS5. SS4 doesn't pay tax, so it makes a profit. So your goal is simple. Look at line 10 on the SS4. It says banking and credit purposes right in your face. It's right there. So that means all the corporate credit we get, interest rate credit cards, we can write it all off and finance the business, the American dream. And all you had to do is be a CFO. The IRS gives you the choice to basically which direction you want to go in. But if you don't learn to play, that's on you. So let's understand SSN, no write-offs. SS4 gets to write off everything till they're profitable. I think I should basically learn how to play. But again, rebuild the credit, rapid score, credit line, setup, corporation, book, CDs, classes. You stuck with me. But maintain the 25 to 29%, please. That way you can be a qualified CFO. Now, as we do the divisions, why do we want divisions like the banks and grocery stores? Because we're going to have some bad ones. We didn't learn to disconnect, isolate, and corporate like they do. We can separate pieces with tenants, and we can have cash credit for every corp and every division. So we can build that American dream, write it all off like rich and famous people do all the time, and you become the CFO. So understand divisions. I can get you a division, give you a tax ID, and set up the cash credit reports. I can build you up to $1 million of credit. The register owner of a car should be a division, not you. All right, from there you can do real estate, you can do franchise, you can create the line of defense, and you can make sure you don't bring the pain home and learn how to receive money. There's 89 ways to use a division. But again, you have to master that as well. It's your choice as you play the game. So let's remember something today. We get calls to call here like you watch in the office all the time. They all say they have a corporation. They have a piece of paper and they're sitting there going, beep, 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 not a damn thing. They don't know what they're doing. I love the fact, I want corporate credit, cash credit to the corp. I don't want to use my personal credit. It's like, excuse me, what planet are you from? Every cash application for corporations requires a CFO. That's why I have to rebuild you to be a qualified CFO. Now, if I get you credit, you can actually take the credit and turn it into money if you want to. C91D allows 8 ways to loan out money. So I can take, let's say I take a card like an ink card for $100,000, and I take some money off the card, loan it to people. All right, I put a second trust deed on their house. I use a UCC1 homestead blocker, or in a chattel mortgage. They don't pay, I get their house and their goodies. Now, what did I do after paying the payment? I created $2,400 a month. Cash flow, free up your time. I create $5,000, $10,000. Again, you don't know what you want to do when I build your corporation because you have these ideas, or you want to do what you're going to do. Well, the reality is I've got a solution for all of you if you want. If you allow me, all right, I can show you 4 ways of income. Anywhere from real estate to franchise to literally loaning and leveraging money and credit, all the way to profit sharing. But again, you got some choices here. So let's understand something today. You're going to have to build a lifetime income because when you do retire, your bills don't go away. So you're going to have to focus and understand what that means because a division gives you a bucket of money. Is that okay if you have a bucket of money? I wrote a book called Buckets of Money years ago as well. So let's think about something today. All right, if you listen carefully and you invest, borrow money, it's not taxable. So if we took corporate credit, I don't care if it's Wells Fargo, B of A, whatever, we get to write off the interest rate in the credit cards, all right, and we use that to invest, and we buy our lifetime income, borrow money is not taxable. You get to learn what I've been teaching rich and famous people for 44 years. So it's a choice, made property or franchise. So if we look at borrow money again, if you allow me to get you 4 of the greatest cards on the planet, because I'll make you the CFO to do that, and what happens is we're going to talk about it being free money. Now I'll show you how it's free. If I get you the free money and we take credit off the cards and we invest, all right, in one of these 16 companies that do investments for us, all right, they will pay us a minimum of $2,000 a month per $50,000. Now it's going to be a lot more, but I always give minimums. I don't give the high numbers because let's play it safe. If you have 3 divisions in a corporation, you've just created $8,000 of money off corporate credit that was free to you because you got it and you didn't have it before you met me. So if you say I need $10,000 a month for you and your corporation, then we do another division. Again, you decide how much does it take for you to break even to pay all your bills every month and how much you really want. There's over 16 investment opportunities to become an investor to get a monthly money coming in. But again, that's your choice. Me, I'll build you the cash credit and I'll set up the SS4 for you if you allow me to, and I'll make sure I rebuild your credit so you're a qualified CFO. Remember, you and the corporation are entitled to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You can't write you off, but the corporation can. There's the difference to be that qualified CFO. As we do this, I was at the Bonaventure for 32 years every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. I would sell my Millionaires Founders Kit. 12 books and CDs, the blueprint. There's 1,000 steps, you can't screw it up. So the first book's the level 1, then forms, then how to do the stock kit, the resolutions, and how to set up the goals. The next book is basically in CDs about level 2. And then we go basically managing multiple corporations, resolutions, how to fill out the applications, the credits, goals as well, and how to multiple corporations. And then there's a level 3, of course. And then the nonprofit. So here's the blueprint in books and CDs, but I want you in my workshops with me too. Again, I used to sell this for $5,000 at the Bonaventure for 32 years. On the credit hour, you can get it for $1,999, but I give it for $999. The office sells it for the $19.99. If you sell me, which is basically simple, I don't pay myself a commission, and I am the recipient. Zelle is the fastest way to transfer money without giving out a credit card, and it's not a phone number, it's an email address, ray@racecredit.com. So let's understand you. You right now, I bet you brought the pain home. Your SSN is tax, tax, tax. An SS4 is tax when it's profitable. The IRS gives you both ways to play, but no one taught you how to play in the first place, even when you got your SSN. See, God's delays aren't God's denials. The difference is you got to pay attention. Now let's pretend today that you got a check and I wrote it to you for $1 million, just hypothetically, because I'm not going to really write you a check. And your tax attorney is going to say, put this in your personal bank account. And I'm going to think that's stupid. Because the reality is you only get to keep $375,000. Everybody who wins $1 million gets to keep $375,000. The rest goes to the IRS's pocket. If you bank that check in a corporation or a division of you, Ray Reynolds, the credit hour. Yeah, you were there last night? Fantastic. All right. Yeah, that was fun. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I kind of, no, I didn't want to make them feel bad. I just think stupidity is stupidity. Okay? I mean, it's not my fault you got all these people in the room that are tax attorneys, CPAs, and, the mortgage people, and they're all full of do. They don't know what they're doing. Yeah, it's not their fault, No, I didn't call them stupid. I said they were doing stupid. Okay, well, that's very simple. So now you know how to bank that check today. Isn't that nice? So go set up the division of you. All right. Have a blessed day. You're welcome. All right. So here's the thing. All right. I go to events all the time. They invite me and I get to go blah, blah, blah. Here's one. All these people bitching and complaining how they have to pay tax and all their escrow money and this and that and everything else. And unless they're rolling it over to their property or whatever they're trying to do. My solution last night to all of them was very simple. Why don't you have a division of you? And everyone looked, what is that? It's like, are you kidding me? I invented this in 1985 and 86. You're really kidding me. One guy that just called says he's got a check for $43,000 paid to him. So a division of you is a division under the corporation instead of you incorporating your name, which is going to be dumb because they're assuming you own it anyway. So here's the way it works. If you put money in a corporation, all right, you don't pay tax until you make a profit. A corporation's entitled to pension plans, annuities, profit sharing, medical, dental, life insurance policy company, on and on and on and on. See, an SS4 is opportunity for the dream. You can win the battle. See, your choice is SS and SS4. Where you bank your money is up to you. It's called the United States of America Incorporated. It's called basically your We the People. That's step number 8 for you. It's like the Marys of the world. Mary's beautiful. She's great. Mary turned around, Ivy League education, falls in love with her sweetheart from the 3rd grade. They get married, 2 kids, dogs, cats, and a fish. Mary took and gave $10,000 to the tax attorney and $10,000 to basically the CPA as retainer. And that's fine. Then when Mary used $98,000 of her personal credit for the business for her new restaurant, her 800 score went down to 591. She called them and asked the question, what did I do wrong? And they said they're going, beep, 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 beep. It's not their fault. They don't know diddly squat when it comes to being a true entrepreneur. It's not their fault. They don't understand what a CFO really is, okay, and how to play the game. Because they should have helped Mary, but they didn't know any better. Now, Mary bankrupted her restaurant, bankrupted her family, and lost her home. Her husband divorced her now 15 months ago. I've had to rebuild Mary, and husband's coming back around. He says, I didn't sign up to lose my family and my house. So let's understand what you did and what she did wrong. She should have been a CFO for a corporation. Look in your face, look in around you, look in your city today. You see Chase, B of A, Wells Fargo, and grocery stores in your city file bankruptcy and stay in business. They use subsidiaries. I'm teaching you to use divisions. Don't you bring that pain home again. All Mary had to do is be a qualified CFO to the corp and the division. The division would have been one of the restaurants. If a bank and grocery store can get rid of shitty locations and keep them in business, so can you. It's your constitutional right. Your fault is you didn't pay attention. You didn't learn how to play the game. I had no choice. I was forced to teach myself. And the only book you can find on this planet that'll teach you what I teach is the one I wrote. You got a choice to be that CFO. It's about time you pay attention. I don't give a damn about the grocery stores and the banks and Sam's Club. They're all using subsidiaries, tax IDs, and branch numbers. Come on, they do it in your face. But again, you can master divisions and tax IDs and give it hell of a chance and roll the dice. Step 9. When cities file bankruptcy, you heard it. But you sat there going, beep, 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 beep. I went down to the court building. I want to know how it did it, how it worked. How the United States of America Incorporated set up 50 corporations called states. How states set up corporations called cities. Why did they create a Chapter 9 bankruptcy, case blank hit the fan, under Federal Protection Act, public record? You see, they get to bankrupt the debt and stay in business. They did it right in front of you. It's about time you pay attention. Just because you have a bad day doesn't even bring the damn pain home ever again. Don't you do that again. Apple files bankruptcy in 97. It's simple. Bill Gates was the richest guy on the planet, $94 billion. Mr. Gates was accused of doing a monopoly. He got indicted 4 times. The indictment's in front of you. Mr. Gates basically wrote a check for $150 million to Apple. But he wrote it from a line of credit. So in other words, he wrote it off like even what Musk is going to play the game about Twitter. So understand, he used borrowed money, and he said they can pay their own payment because borrowed money is not taxable. You better learn. I've been teaching rich and famous people for 44 years. Isn't it about time I teach you? Now look up SSN, SS4, and look up bankruptcy. Write it down. 3 assignments, SSN, SS4, and bankruptcy. See, you got a choice from now on. Okay, let's see. I have no intent to do fraud, neither did you. But if something goes wrong and blank hits the fan again, is it going to be you at SSN or SS4 is at a corporate division? Divisions give you the chance to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. Give me a break. You got a choice. Step number 10 today. Don't bring the pain home. You never had to. One SSN, we're all a bunch of ducks and sheep. But we get a chance to get an SS4. Times as many as it takes. You got a choice today, and the applications scare me. See, the applications on dashboard say anything more than 6 inquiries, usually it's an automatic denial. I'm an affiliate. I get to basically look at a peekaboo, so I don't waste an inquiry for you. As you do this, let's understand something. As we build the credit, if you have a corporation, I'll build the one you've got. If you don't have a corporation, I'll hand you the paper. Because then articles of corporation are free in all 50 states. So understand, if I got to give you the starter package, this is for beginners. Okay, you've all spent thousands on crap. It's about time you step up. Credit rebuilding, rapid score, guaranteed 750. Articles, oscillus, tax ID, set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. You're stuck with me. I have no excuses. After meeting me, you don't have any excuses either. Bonus cash credit of $10,000. $10,000. I charge $2,000 for this. But again, on the credit hour, I give you half price. So listen carefully. Your life is rebuilt, $999. You get 10 times the money back under a cash card. It's a broadcast price, and I took away all your excuses. And I'm going to build you $10,000 of bonus cash credit, no excuse. From there, a millionaire in the making gives you $25,000 of credit. Normally $5,000 because there's a build up to that too. But on the credit hour with me, you get half price of $2,499. So here you get $25,000 back to you, rebuilding you with bonus cash credit. No excuses. And you take a picture of Zelle. That's how you get the pricing and the bonuses through me. You Zelle now. See, you're going to have to beat your dad and run your race. You're going to have to learn to bite your tongue. Every time you tell your friends and family something, they have a damn opinion. They hold you back. You allow that. Stop it. Okay, that's step number 11. Next thing is getting past go. I'll show you millions and billions of goodies. I'll show you God's gift in the harbor, where I park the race boats and the yachts in the backyard. Why don't you? Simple. Helicopter, Lamborghini, building. My first car was a Quintos Lamborghini. What did you get? It's simple. I love the corporate assets. I don't own any of them, but I got the keys. I got the keys. Your choice is simple. I got to get you past this to get you set up in level 1. Now, I want your driver's license to say P.O. Box or mailing address. I want you to use Ray's rules. I want you to protect your privacy and look into the Privacy Act as well and stop bringing the pain home. That's what I want you to do. Step number 12 today. Now, from now on, you're going to do this my way. If you go to the car dealership, which I think is wrong, but you did, the car you drive today, you let them sweat you for 5 hours, you lost $5,000 and you got 9 inquiries. From now on, you're going to do it my way if you go into the dealership. All right, when they hand you the piece of paper and say, we need to run your credit, you're going to fill it out next to your signature. You're going to write down this allows 1 inquiry. You're going to take a picture. You're going to stop them from using and abusing you. You're only allowed 6 inquiries every 180 days anyway. That's step 13. My way, Ray's rules. Your car, like my cars, I don't have a car, but because they're corporate cars, it's fleet price tax ID division. I don't care about gap insurance. Don't need to worry about that because it doesn't show up on personal reports. It is a corporate write-off. I am a CFO. You can do the same thing, but why are you not doing what you need to do? Lack of knowledge. The register of your car today should be a division of a corp. Because if you get in a bumpity-bump, they're going to sue you, screw you, and take everything you got. I'd rather give them diddly squat. But again, that's your choice, step 14. Reality is up to you. Property should be put in divisions and separate liability. Your paycheck should be an offset of your house payment to break even. Corporations do not pay tax. Why the heck would they pay tax? Doesn't matter if they make $10 billion to $1 trillion. See, they got the ability to play the game. It's about time you learn to play too. Remember, that house payment can offset your taxes in most cases. So what do we get to do? There's no loophole to do what they're allowed to do. It doesn't matter if Mr. Trillionaire here buys Twitter or not, as he's showing his muscles and his power and his money, having fun with the world and playing. But he's got his spaceship because he's bored. The other guy's got his spaceship, so does the other guy. But again, they don't pay tax. Neither does Nike, UPS, or Federal Express because they don't have to. Corporations only pay tax when they make a profit. You can complain or you can join the club. You can learn to play too. You can call 800-536-3216. This is Live with Ray Reynolds. Ray's rules: never bring the pain home ever again. Why'd you bring it home in the first place? Lack of knowledge. I'm online 6 days a week live. Saturday, I've done 8 classes to 9 classes every Saturday, 44 years, in person or live or both. And I got specialty classes I always do one at 2:30 in the afternoon. This Saturday, it's Stock Kit, the Bible, the corporation. So I've got to rebuild every one of you. That means a rapid rescore. If I rebuild you and all you want is to rebuild policy, procedures, $750, rapid score. If you want, I give you the articles, also as tax ID for free. You don't want it? That's okay, it's free. From there, I give you level 1 in setup for 90 days every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You get $5,000 of credit if you do it while you're in the credit hour. $5,000. If not, you get $1,000. Normally, it's $1,000. But I want to give you the bonus cash credit of $5,000, and I give it to you for half price, $499. Come on, people. You waste $500 a month on crap. Invest in yourself. This way you get $5,000 back. It's simple. That's step 15. It is a Zelle. Take a picture. Zelle is simple. Mike Kennedy creates it. Banks and grocery stores and credit unions love it. No problem. They transfer money. I'm the recipient. RayRaisCredit.com. If you want the starter package, simple. This comes with $10,000 of credit. $10,000. Normally $2,000. All right, credit hour price, $999 half price, 10 times your money back. 10 times your money back. After you spend, that much money on a corp and didn't do anything when they're all free anyway. But again, bonus cash credit. Again, millionaire in the making, you get $25,000. Normally $5,000. On the broadcast, it is $2,499. Again, it is your choice to change your life. You're stuck with me 6 days a week, live, and it is a Zelle. See, if you don't know what you're going to do in your business, why don't you just let me get you an ink card or something, or a gold card, and loan out some money? Because by doing this, you're creating a cash flow. Free up your time. If you don't know what to do, why don't you get into an investment using the credit? It's free money. So we got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So we got 4 ways to invest money and create a cash flow, because a division is a bucket of money. It's simple. So if you want to understand something today, invest, borrow money. It's not taxable. Buy your income, your lifetime, because when you do retire and you pull out that 401k, you're paying tax and your bills didn't go away. You'll be broke in 6 years anyway. And then you're going to live with your kids and their cats and their dogs and or whatever. But again, if you play the rules with me, I'll show you how to get you those 4 cards. Let's use that as borrow money as free money. Why don't we invest $50,000? All right, not from you, because you don't have the $50,000. Why don't we just take it off of a damn card? Because it's free money. Why don't you get $2,000 per entity? That creates you a minimum of $8,000 a month, if not more. That's the minimum. If you say you need 10, we can do another division. You say you need 12, another division. So you can basically set up your income out free money and write it all off, because a corporation gets to do that. But again, as these companies do the investments for you, over 16 investment opportunities to become an investor, monthly money coming in. Again, if you don't know what you're going to do, run your life through a corporation or in conjunction, please. That's number 16. See, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini is pretty simple. Rich and famous people have to spend their money, if not they're taxed. Simple. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Let's see, your income is taxable income, is it not? So you pay the payment, the gas, registration, insurance. Congratulations. Why don't you yell the word no and start driving a company car like I do? Why don't you drive a company car? What's wrong with you? These aren't turned on or something? Step 17. So I'd like you to get an SS4 form today. Yes, I want you to get an SS4 form. I want you to look at line 10. Write down line 10, where it says banking and credit purposes. So I don't care if we get it from Wells Fargo, B of A, Golds, or Platinums, or Ink Cards, because we're going to get some free damn money after I make you the qualified CFO. Then you can write it off and do the business you want to, or I can give you some opportunities and ideas as well. This is the IRS giving you basically the way you want to play. You choose. So again, all you have to do is step number 18. Go to irs.gov, download an SS4 form, find out I'm telling you the truth. Wouldn't that set you free? Never bring that pain home again. So under the Constitution, and in the 14th Amendment, a corporation is a legal person. So the United States of America, Inc. has 50 corps called states, and then cities called corps too. They do the line of defense in front of you. And you haven't learned to plan the problem with you. But they're doing it in front of you. Why aren't you paying attention? I don't understand. You are we the people. Do you not understand your constitutional right? But again, that's up to you. You brought the pain home because you didn't know how to play. Nixon took the gold standard out. They get to print money 24/7. From that day forward, every woman who delivered a baby at the hospital was federally mandated. If she don't sign an SSN form for the baby, she can't put her own baby in that stroller in the car seat. She has to do that because the law says so. It's like when you bought a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Your house is not in a trust. They sue you, they screw you. Simple. When you die, it's stuck in the probate. Your family got diddly squat. But if you listen to me and learn how to play, plan the problem. You hire the contractor, oh goody. What does they do? They hire the subcontractor to stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. When they slip and fall and they slip and fall, they sue you and screw you, then they come after everything you got. But if you plan the problem, did it my way, when they sue you, they get diddly squat. Why not? Again, irrevocable trust. I think you ought to check it out, but that's up to you too. So we got choices. Step 19. So as we play the game, the ability not to bring the pain home. So people talk to me, oh, I don't want to pay tax rates. Like, stop. Corporations don't pay tax till you make a profit. So let's understand something. If you played that game and played peekaboo with the IRS, knock it off. Go back to the irs.gov and download a form called 656 433AB. Get your butt back in the system and get the free money. That's step number 20. It's very simple. From there, if we want to buy at wholesale price, that's what divisions get to do. Save up to 70%. So if you did real estate, they can pay the escrow and pay off the debt. Now you have $200,000 left over. And what the problem is, you get money and you piss it away. You act like you're rich. You got to leverage the money first. So I want them to pay off the debt. I want you to learn Ray's rules. leverage the money, borrow money is not taxable, and line of defense. But again, that's step 21 called blackjack. I want you to win. Now, the Ray Reynolds University is my legacy. That's what I want to leave to my kids. All right, I want to make sure they change the world when I leave and when I die eventually, hopefully 50 years from now. But again, we'll see what happens. So your corporation, if you have one, please don't allow it to do business. If it does, when they sue the business, they sue you. It's called stupidity. If you create the line of defense like the banks and grocery stores, like Wells Fargo Bank, got indicted for $3 billion, they wrote it off, and they shut down over 1,250 locations so far. They're still in business, are they not? So you can learn to disconnect, isolate, incorporate too. You can make sure you don't bring the pain home to your family ever again. Again, it's choice. Divisions and tax IDs. Step 22, by the way. So we have the ability to play the game. So if you allow me to get you a gold card to the corporation, would you allow me to get you one per division? Would you allow me to help you get a piece of property per division? How about a franchise? So if one screwed up, you got 8 left to go. Set up another one again too. That's why I wrote buckets of money, tax balance, become the bank. You never had to bring the pain home. What are you willing to lose? You're going to hurt your family? You're going to bring the pain home again? That's not good. See, the ability is very simple. Corporation, if they sue the corporation, they sue you. And that's what you got to look at. They sue you. All right? But if you have divisions, isn't the goal to pay our bills, have the American dream, and every one of us get checkmate at the end of the day? Isn't that the goal? That's what the goal should be. So if we do correctly step 23, we have to understand how to play, not to bring the pain home. Hey, I was used and abused as a kid, out of a trash can. I didn't get a mommy and a daddy like most of you. I had to get out of hell. But my first car was a Quintos Lamborghini. They told me I was going to do this or that. I said, get the hell out of my way. I'm doing it anyway. I like Lamborghinis. By the way, here's the key to that one. Boom, boom. It's not my car. It belongs to the Ray Reynolds University. It's right there. It's called reaching the dream. Think and be the impossible. Ray's rules are very simple. You follow, you get to millionaire status. You don't, you screw up, that's on you. Corporation in 3 divisions. Everybody can do this. It's not hard to do it all. Everybody needs to learn how to play. Getting you to set up on level 1, that's the goal. From there, as we play, remember, never have joint credit. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Simple. All corporations have to have divisions for franchise, current business, your whatever you have, or basically real estate. You've got to master the line of defense. You have to use Ray's rules. You have no choice. Because if you knew how to play, you wouldn't be watching me. But remember, I want to get you some bonus cash credits. You can write it all off. Bonus cash credit makes sense. So everybody has the right to finance the American dream and write it off too. Step 24. So the goal is simple. Credit rebuilding, rapid score, articles, oscillus, tax ID, set up in level 1. All right, every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. if you want. If you don't do that part, just let me rebuild your credit to a 750. If you did it during the hour, now, you get $5,000 of credit. From there, it's simple. It's normally $998, but I give you half price on the credit hour. So the bonus cash credit of $5,000 is yours. All right, if you want it for $499 if you Zelle during the credit hour. If you Zelle now. If you don't, call the office. They'll charge you $998. Darn commission. Starter package gives you $10,000. But again, it's normally $2,000. But again, right now it's $999 in the credit hour. You get 10 times your money to broadcast price. If you want millionaire in the making, getting that bonus cash credit, it's simple. It's $25,000. Normally $5,000. And what happens is it's $2,499, which average person, you spent that on a corporation, which is actually free. See, the saddest thing I watch people do, and for 44 years I've given the articles for free. Bonus cash credit $25,000, and it is always a Zelle now. Articles are free in all 50 states. They always have been. All you need is to pay the filing fee. That is the goal, and that is up to you. Your ability to learn how to play, to be the corporate millionaire. We got to stay safe. We got to stay strong. We got to do our best, and Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. The ability to change our lives with knowledge. Knowledge is power, but most people are full of blah, 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 sorry to say. So basically today, all right, step 25 is don't bring the pain home. Make sure you have the office number too, 800-510-3338. I will allow them 5 minutes to honor what I offered you. 5 minutes. That's 6 minutes time. Forget it. They go back to normal price. All right. It is up to you. We got to do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never, never forget. At the end of the day, please understand. All right. It's very simple. God loves us all.